And we're back with another edition of the Pitch Putt and Puff. Before we get rolling, I'm going to give a shout out to a couple sponsors. We got golfercbd.com, promo code PPP10 to save yourself 10% on checkout. Golfer CBD Topical is truly a game changer with their patented delivery technology. Strokes ahead of the competition, delivering 10 times more CBD directly to the muscles and joints than your traditional balms and creams. Golfer CBD Topicals are easy to apply in the course, absorb quickly, and do not leave any sticky residue, making them a perfect addition to every golfer's toolkit. Make sure you guys stop in, check out golfercbd.com, promo code PPP10 to save yourself 10% on checkout. If you're local in the 518, make sure you check out 420 Bliss, located at 740 Hoosick Road, Troy, New York. Everything you're looking for, flour, pre-roll, edibles, tinctures, vapes, you name it, they got it. When you stop in there looking for a vape or some edibles, make sure you guys check out Jaunty. They have the blueberry lemonade. They got some watermelon gummies. They have the hash-infused gummies, the resonators for the vape cartridges. They have the all-in-one as well as the regular cartridge. Stop in at 420 and grab yourself a nice Jaunty product while you're in there. We got also Trouble Off the Tee, promo code RGB, get you 15% off site-wide. Promo code Puff's going to save you buy one, get one free on the polos. Make sure you take advantage of that. As well as checking out the website. You got the book on there as well. Author's Marty Minden, narrated by Jake Adams from Country Club Adjacent. Make sure you stop in there and give that a look. And then last but not least, we got 52sundays.co, promo code LGC15 to save yourself 15% at checkout. Joining me tonight is my man Brad. We're going to break down the roster of the PPP, and we're going to rank them up. What's up, Brad? Thanks for joining me, buddy.
What's up, America? What's up, RGB?
Nothing, man. Thanks for not leaving me hanging. I know you're out this week. You guys got the last outing for the NY or the Upstate Amateur Tour. Yep, so that's exciting. It's exciting, but it sucks too, man, because it means the golf season's coming to an end.
Yeah, I mean, I always look at it this way: is that we'll be playing through Thanksgiving, so we got a few more months.
Yeah, I was talking to him. I think we got about 10 weeks of Freer left. Is the plan. So we'll be all right. 8 to 10. So we'll get it done. Dude, this week for the PPP is it's history, man. I'm missing you, Hank, Steve, Fairway, Kev's out. So 5 of the OG members.
Farina
and Anthony. Or Farina and Mikey.
7 dudes.
7 dudes this week. I'm up to 6, possibly 8. There's a possibility I fill it. So I'm just gonna go 3-3 if we don't, and figure it out from there. But I got 6 right now, and I'm working on the last 2 spots. Buddy, I've reached out to everybody in my phone book that I normally call, and everybody's got something going on this weekend. Everybody.
I hit up Tizo. We got to get Tizo out there more.
I know. I hit him up too, and he's got something going on with the parents. So he's not available. Charlie's still got the cut on his hand. Charlie got a nice gash on his hand. Doing something with he was helping the wife do something last Saturday night, and he sent me the picture. And like the whole side of his thumb, kind of like the way you would grip it, it would hurt like a son of a bitch every time you like swing a driver.
It just looked weeks with something like that because you could pop that open no problem. I had a cut on my finger earlier this year. That Fairway had to give me the finger condom.
Yeah,
I'm bleeding on the first hole.
Bro, it's funny you said that. Hank's finger, he cut his finger or something today. Fairway was trying to give him the same thing today. The little rubber silicone thing.
I like that round. When he pulled that out of his bag, I said, I'm not putting that fucking thing on my finger, Mike. I was like, you know what, give it to me. And I pulled this little finger condom on, and it covered up this cut. We taped it on, and dude, it saved my round because I was freaking out on the first hole, bleeding out of my hand. Like, I don't know what to do. And Fairway had me.
Fairway coming through.
With that big ass bag he's got everything in there.
Dude, it literally, anytime you need something, from a snack to a first aid kit, it's in that fucking golf bag. It's in that bag.
I love it. Yeah, while you're lighting up, let me do a quick shout out to Sergeant First Class Jacob Pratt, still recovering down in Texas from this past Sunday was the 6-month anniversary of the helicopter that went down carrying some of our Capital Region fellow folks. Casey Frankowski lost her life. John Gracia lost his life, and Texas border agent Chris Luna lost his life. Jacob is still recovering down in Texas, so we're wishing him the best. And
damn, yeah, shout out to them. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. Well, because I don't watch the news, dude, so I don't know like stuff like that, the local stuff that goes on.
Local people went down in a helicopter 6 months ago, just patrolling the border, and so 2 friends of mine, Mike Drinkwine and Eric Remington, do the Upstate Wounded Vet Ride, where they have a motorcycle ride raising money for a wounded vet. And this year they raised $25,000 for the Pratt family. and also $3,000 scholarships for the other three that lost their lives, and their families were there too. So it was a good day this summer to support them. We had 500 motorcycles riding through Arlington Cemetery. It was a good day. It was a good day.
Damn. What's up, Birdie Bob?
Look who it is. Always on time, my man.
I love him. I love him. I don't know if he's participating or he's just chiming in to watch. Bub was out there right behind us today. Me, Fairway, Hank, and Solzy got out there. Dude, I almost did it. I almost broke 80 today. I shot at 81. I was playing really good. I shot a 37 on the back.
Damn.
Yeah, or no, take it back. 38 on the back because I missed my birdie putt, about a 4-foot birdie putt on 18.
We didn't see it was the fucking slowest round we've ever played today, dude.
Yeah, but we started, so 12:21 was our tee time. We didn't get off the tee till almost 12:35. There was a couple groups in front of us that, like, I get it, it's a municipal course, so I don't ever really complain. But like, when you have some people who have never played golf before, and you're out there at a 12 o'clock tee time, like, yeah, right, come at 5 o'clock when there's not that many people out there. Come at 4, like, don't come out there prime time during the day. There's guys, like, there's leagues, guys getting ready to go out before the league and stuff like that.
You're preaching to the choir, man. We know it.
Yeah. So I'm out there, Brad. I'm out there with Coach G. Coach G's up there.
Dang.
Yeah, shout out Coach G. So I'm shooting the shit with him. One of my favorite coaches of all time.
Yeah, Mark, I tell you all the time, man. I wanted to fight him every minute of practice. I was in high school, and the instant it was over, I said, "That dude's the best coach I ever had."
Yep, he was one of those coaches who always had your back no matter what. Like, it might not seem like it during the practice or the game or whatever, but in the long scheme of things, he was always doing the thing for the better. Yep. So me and him are sitting there. He goes, "Look at this group." He goes, "This guy's going to hit one into the woods. This guy's going everything." He just watched these guys walk up to the tee box and called every single shot out what they did, and they all did it. I'm like, that's just your coach eyes fucking seeing how terrible these guys are.
The Goose. Legend.
So those guys got in front of us. Cunningham was in front of them. Cunningham doesn't play the fastest either, but he was in front of them. He called the clubhouse complaining at like the 7th hole.
We almost did. Jay left after 16, and he was fucking playing great.
Really? I noticed his scorecard stopped after 16. I just figured he just had a bad hole and just gave it up.
No, dude, it was fucking terrible. Like,
yeah, as much as we love to be out there, there is that line.
Yeah.
Dude, we played over 5 hours.
Yeah, we were 5.5. I got home at 6 from a 12.
I just walked in the door. No.
Quarter after 9.
Dude, none of us really played great on the front. We all played awesome on the back.
Yeah, I went 43, 38. Finished my day.
I had a bad round
rankings a little bit.
I had a bad round today.
I seen it. I was looking at your card a little bit when I was sitting here.
I had 48 on the front.
Ooh, giggity.
And 41 on the back.
There you go. Bounce back. See, as long as you bounce it back and take it.
Kept out of the 90s, dude. I like for like 18 straight rounds or some shit.
Oh, shit. No, let me give a shout out to Kev. So we played Tuesday. Me, Kev, Fairway, and Hank. Kev took all our money. Kev shot a 42 on the back, 42 on the front, 43 on the back. Kev shot an 85. He chipped in once, should have had about 3 or 4 chip ins. Like, one hit the pin, one like lipped out. Like, best I ever seen Kev play. Wow. Best I've ever seen him play. It was awesome. So that was cool to see. He busted our ass.
I lipped out 2 chips today. Ugh. I didn't even chip the best on the front.
I'm chipping really good with that 56, dude. Really good with that.
I started chipping with my 56 because I lost my 60 a few rounds ago, and I'm chipping better with it. I sunk one for birdie. That's
good choice, man.
Canceling Hank last week.
Yeah, there's a lot of cancels out last week in the birdie pool.
Yeah,
I had a birdie on. I don't have my card with me. What did I birdie? On the back, I had one.
All right, the birdie 12.
I almost eagled the gully again. Just missed the eagle chipping on the gully. Damn, I can't remember what hole I birdied. It might have been 12. It was 12. I think I did birdie 12, bub.
I birdied 12.
No, I missed 12. It was 11. I birdied 11, and I missed my birdie putt on 12. Lipped out. It did one of those, you know how I always do it, where it lips around the cup and does the U-turn and comes back to me? Yeah, I did one of those. Paulie Souls is like, I've never seen that before. I go, play with me long enough, buddy. You'll see it 2 or 3 times around.
Dude, even Millie had a couple of those today.
Yeah, some of those pins, man, they put them on a hill, so I think that has
That's
like
what
on
it
a
is.
slope. There's a lot to do with it. It really does.
Like 12, the one I birdied on. I putted it down the hill, and I thought it was too hard, and it just like fucking snapped right into the hole. I was like,
yeah, they were fast today. They were really fast. So what I wanted to do here, guys, tonight was rank the crew. So we got 12 members. I'll run them off so everybody knows who we're talking about. We got obviously myself, Bob, Jay, Hank, Fairway, Steve.
Right now, though, right?
Yeah, like how we're playing right, like this year overall, like at this
power rankings.
A power ranking, yep. So then we got Brad, Kev, Parisi, Mikey, Anthony, and Kirk rounds out to 12. Kirk hasn't jumped on the podcast to get his official introduction, but that day will come soon enough. So that's the crew. And obviously from what we've seen so far this year, we'll start off with number one. We got to put Parisi at number one.
Parisi.
I think that's a pretty much, the guy's been in the low 80s, 90% of the year.
Yeah, he's the most consistent low scorer by far.
Yeah. So
that's who I had.
That's who I had at number one, in my opinion. I think it's kind of.
I just want to say quickly though, I made two different lists. I made a power ranking as we're talking about right now, but I also made a list of who I would not want to, who would be most afraid to face in a one-hole playoff. Which that list is a little different.
Okay, I like that. Yep.
But for the Mark is still number one on both of those lists.
Right. Parisi, he's been playing. He's a very technical golfer, man. But he takes his time. He thinks out what he's gonna do, and he's been playing lights out. He really has. Then Bob, I had you at number two, in my opinion. So I had Bob at number two.
Playoff.
Bob, you really separated yourself a little bit this year, though, man. Like you hit a point, I'd say, early mid-July, where you just took, like, right around the 4th of July, you started golfing, and you started golfing like you weren't having those rounds where you'd lose a ball or two on the gully or a duff here, and you're making those putts that you weren't making last year is a really big difference. For me, when I play with you a lot, and that's kind of what I see from you, making putts that you weren't making last year.
I mean, you almost got it at some point, right?
Yeah. But I had you at number two also, Bub.
Yeah.
But you were a little further down my playoff, one-hole playoff ranking, because I think that you fooled easily under pressure. So that's something that you need to work on.
I love it.
Hey, that's a good point.
I've seen Roger get in your head like it was the easiest, like it was child's play. So
I'm good at that though, man. I find something like Fairway, bro. He fucks with me too, though. Fairway is good, man. Because all right, so here's a quick example. We're playing Monday to wherever fucking day it is. We played every day this week, and they just had the county. So there's certain spots out there that they have marked unplayable. So they have white spray paint around like dead grass spots. You know how like there's like the 5th hole, there's the dead spots around and shit like that. So he's got them all spray painted. Well, I hit a ball on 11 and I go down by the ravine, and it's marked off as an unplayable because it's the man-made like drainage thing we got over there. Fairway's like, that's out of bounds. It's inside the white. I'm like, Mike, shut the fuck. He goes, no, man, it's out of bounds. He really started arguing with me. Bro, from that point on, though, he started battling back because I blew up that hole, and then he started chipping away. And I think I was up like $14 at the time and walked away with like 4 or something like that. Or I might even have to pay him by the end of the round. But he does that shit. He got in my head. And I'm like, damn, this is what I do to everybody else. He fucked him. And this is what I do to Bub. This is what I do. I even get in Hank's head a little bit now. I try to mess with Hank a little bit. It's fun. It's the competitive nature of me playing sports my whole life. That's it.
All right. So who do you
this is where it gets. All right. So this is where kind of you can mix it up a lot right here. From here on, it can get really, really creative. So I had JR at number 3. I had Jay.
Yeah.
So I think our top. All right. So I'll say our top 3 is pretty much locked in. But from 4 to 8, 9, it gets a little interesting.
Yeah, it does.
It all depends on the weekend for this crew.
It does. It really does.
Too, man. We're all similar golfers. We all play a similar game, same skill level.
And that's what makes our style work.
One of the harder, Brad, you're one of the harder people, not you. One of the harder to put somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm all over the place, kind of like Kevin Carhart. He's one of those guys that has been shooting in the low 80s, and then all of a sudden he's in the mid 90s for a month. And then you're saying today he shot an 85. Like he's one of those guys too that could go in the top 5 or in the
Yeah.
bottom 2. You just don't know.
And a lot of that is too, you guys are that once, maybe twice a week golfers to where it's hard to get that consistency down.
Yeah, but I am too, man. I don't golf much.
Yeah, you get out there a little bit more now than you did in the years last year. I'd say like during the week and on Saturday. You're playing a lot of Saturdays now too. But
My number 4 though was Fairway Mike.
oh,
And not to
okay.
block over JR because his game is solid as hell. We've known that all along. Once he gets his hockey swing out of his system,
That's it.
then
Get rid of that first throw out April, early May, and JR's fine. Literally, it's every year. It's tough to see too because you get so frustrated with it, but he knows it's coming.
yeah, and
You
you
know,
think that he shot a shitty round and he's pissed when he's leaving, and it's like, oh, he had an 88. Like, poor
on a
JR.
bad day
Today.
with 4 6s and 3 7s, and he walks away with an 88. You know, it's like, oh, I'd fucking kill for that.
That's not. He had a triple today, and he still shot like low 80s.
Yeah, it's
There's
crazy.
nobody snake bitten like him on the draw because he will kind of consistently be a low scorer, and he just
Yeah, but
doesn't.
you know where I feel like he needs to putt better.
This year, he's not putting as well this year, but
No,
he
but
would-
That's
he
everybody.
he could though any given day. Well, I mean, for the most part, this year is probably not his best.
yeah, he's had a very inconsistent year. Roller coaster season for Jay. Definitely a
But when it
roller
comes to
coaster.
a one-hole playoff, I had him number 2. You know, if
Yeah.
I don't want to play him in a playoff if he's like determined and focused.
I'd probably put him at 1.
Yo, when Jay's locked in, Jay's fucking locked in.
Yeah.
When he's focused on beating somebody, he's gonna beat him. Like
But
he's gonna
then
come out and play good.
Then again, Hank could.
Hank's up there, yeah. Absolutely. So you had Fairway at the 4 spot, right?
I had Fairway at number 4, man, just because of the consistency.
Yeah. He had that streak there too for them couple weeks, so he was right up there. And he gets that advantage playing from the old timers.
Yeah, I got to penalize him for that.
Does that knock him down a notch, Bob?
Fuck yeah, it does. Step it up. Lift some weights, old man.
If anything, that helps him because he's got an easier game to play. So
Yeah, like the
he's
fucking
up there
goalie
and
hole.
he's
He's
up to beat.
fucking hit it up to the top of the hill, and you're fucking up there.
Yeah,
But he's another guy that I had jump you, Bub, in my one-hole playoff ranking.
Yeah, because
He tumbled down that list.
where he tees off from.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
imagining a par 4, like a decent par 4.
Yeah, picture the goalie or the playoff hole being, I don't know, say like
Like 6.
the 6th or even like the 10th hole, just a nice straight shot for you right down the pipe.
Yeah, execute a drive, execute a second shot in, and hit the putts.
I could see. All right, so this is where it gets good though, because we could also put Hank, Brad,
You.
Steve, myself, all in that same spot. So this
Steve,
is what
no,
makes
it's-
him. Steve actually this year, if we're going off of this season,
That's what I'm.
yeah, Steve's got to get bumped down a little bit because he's been extremely inconsistent all throughout, just showing up performance-wise, like everything. He's got a lot going on this year.
Honestly, no, Hank's the same way. This year.
Yeah. I am too.
Let me give you this middle tier. This is actually probably a little easier to swallow, but Fairway, RGB, Hank, and me is what I had for 4, 5, 6, 7. Fairway, Roger, Hank, and then myself in that middle tier.
Yeah, that's so
Same thing,
funny.
Yeah, it's just you could switch any 4. You know what I
So,
mean?
yeah, I
But
had
do
so
believe
the
those
list
guys
I
are better
made.
golfers than me. I
I'll
believe
give
that.
you the list I made the other day because I'm a selfish prick. I put myself at 4. Fairway. I had so Parisi, Bob, J, myself, Fairway, Hank, Brad, Steve, and then I got into Kev, Farina, Kev, Mikey, and Kirk. That's how I rounded it out.
We only have 2 different. I have myself, Kevin, and Steve, where you have me, Steve, and Kevin. I switched
Yeah.
those 2.
But you know what though? Like honestly, like it's tough to say like now, but like Kev's definitely most improved. I called it last year. I thought he's gonna be most improved. I was a year off. I was literally a year off. And Bob, you're not far behind that most improved. Like you Bub, you know how everybody gets to that plateau? Like everybody's like, oh, you're gonna play, you're gonna have that jump when you first start playing where you're shooting 120s, then you're shooting 110s to 100s. Then all of a sudden you're breaking 100. Then you get to like where we are, Brad, that 85, 90. We just can't get there right now. Brad, Bub's there. Bub's at that break, like he's gonna break 80, and once Bub breaks 80, I feel like he's gonna do it consistently.
Knocking.
You're not, you are. You've been knocking. And it's like a hole here, a
Yeah.
hole there that cost you that 80 round.
You do have to go earn that though. Like it's not gonna just come to you. You want to start shooting in the 70s, you got to work for it.
Dude, it's hard. Like
Yeah, you got to do the extra shit. That a
Like
lot
our
of people
buddy,
do.
our buddy Dan who played with today, he shot bad for him on the front, but it was a 40,
Right.
and then a 37 on the back.
Don't let Cunningham fool you, man. That dude's been an athlete his whole life.
Not that one. No, he shot a 72 the other day.
Okay.
Who
Dan
did?
who?
Cunningham.
Yeah.
what- Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, Mealy shot the 40-38. But yeah, Cunningham shot the 72 the other day or something. I heard Coach G was telling me. I was like,
Really?
Jesus. But he's
He
a
was-
robot, man. He just plays like an old man. He lines up, hits it 240 down the pipe, and then hits it straight again and putts one time, and off he goes.
He
I
just hit
played
me
both
up.
of
I
them
gotta go
almost
to his
my whole
pool.
life, dude. The kid was always an athlete. Always good at everything.
Who?
Baseball, football.
Cunningham, he was just just good. Like he was just always there and always good. Like everything he did.
And yeah, I
But
played basketball with him. He was good at basketball, dude.
CYO back in the day. We had
Yeah,
some battles.
yeah, you know it.
Some battles. See, but here's the thing though. Like we can easily, based on performance at any given time of the year, like if we did this 3 months ago, this list would be completely different. From that, I think the top 3 is pretty much locked. But the rest of the ways really could be different at any point.
Yeah, and we need to talk about the Colettes because they're bringing up the rear, and Kirk has way too much talent. Mikey is way too smart. Those dudes need to pick up their game. Although Mikey's playing much better this year.
Yo.
That dude, he's been a different golfer too, but they got to catch up a little more.
I liked watching Mikey play. I obviously watch you guys play a lot at Eagle Crest, and just watching Mikey. One, I could see he was having a great fucking time with you guys, but he also he's more consistent with his shots. Everything's just he knows what he's like, where it's going. He just needs a little bit more power behind some of the shots.
Yeah. Yeah, he has such a slice on his drive, which he keeps in the middle of the fairway, but that kind of slice costs him 50 to 70 yards of drive, and he
Yep.
doesn't have the short game to make up for that distance, but he's good enough to survive and keep in the fight.
Because when he gets around the greens, he makes up for it. Makes
Yeah.
up for it there with his chipping and putting for sure.
Who's this?
Mikey.
Yep.
He lacks distance, but he makes up for it with the short game. Like he's pretty good with the wedge and putting. And then Kirk, newcomer to the game. Obviously, we all see he's got a lot of potential. Dude, he hit a couple shots in Binghamton. Like we played, the 6 of us went out for the couple holes, and I got to see him play a little bit. I haven't played with him in a few weeks. And homeboy was hitting fucking nukes when he got a hold of it. It's just
Yeah.
getting the consistency down.
It's like with us, we'll have that pro level shot twice, 3 times, 4 times around where you just hit a great shot and you're like, I can't do any better than that. He's still at that 1 or 2 around where he's hitting those pro level shots, but they're just rare. He's got to hone it in. He's just so powerful, man. You look at his body type, he's muscular,
Yeah.
and you don't really see that in the pros. You don't see jacked dudes in the pros swinging golf clubs. These are all slender, slimmer guys. And so he's got to fight that power that he's got. And
He's got the build of a long drive golfer.
Yeah.
So it's funny because those guys had the long drive guy on the Upstate Golf Guys podcast, and Mikey brought it up at the end. And when he said it, I thought about it. Like even the Drew Cody guy that was on the Pitch Putt and Putt a few months back, he's got the same stature too, just like a real big, lean, flexible upper body. And Kirk's that same stature. I think within 2 years, Kirk's going to be mid-80s, no problem. All day.
Yeah. You got to
All
learn the
day.
finer points, the punch shots, the chips, the flop shot, all those little shots that you need to save
The
stroke.
finesse. Yeah.
Those take time.
And then Hank, Philip, there it is.
Hank.
It's so funny.
Hank?
So funny.
You guys know my buddy Hank.
Hank's been extremely consistent off the tee this year. I'll give him that. His struggles sometimes really just come on the second shot and on the putting. But he's usually like when he misses a putt, it's just like he's not missing by much or something like that extent. He's just not finishing the hole, and that's what's costing him having a shitty round here and there.
But also consistent because I played with Hank and Fairway, and I forget who else last Sunday, but it was like the Hank and Fairway show, and whoever I was in the cart with.
It was me and you on Friday in Binghamton.
Yeah, they beat us up.
They torched us. Yeah, the both
And,
of
like,
them.
every
They
single
were
hole
battling
was-
it out like we weren't even there.
Yeah, I saw your scorecards.
Yeah, they
95, 96.
and it didn't even look like they were trying, and we were trying, and they were kicking our butt. So that was an eye opener for me out in Binghamton playing with those two. They were on a different level than us.
That's where their style of the game doesn't matter what course you go to. Where we were playing like Bub, I didn't use the driver maybe till the 5th hole, par 5. Like I was Burden Laking at 7 irons, using a hybrid. Like not my kind of golf that I like to play. I like to fucking get out there and grip it and rip it and hope for the best. So that those type of courses I struggle with because I can't consistently hit it straight. Where the old timers, they just hit it straight every time.
Yeah, because they have that same little baby swing.
That's it. 250, 220 down the middle every time. Every time.
Yeah.
One golfer we didn't talk about was Farina.
Yeah. Well,
He's in the middle of that mix too, because he's actually a pretty good and consistent golfer, but he plays a ton, but not enough with us. So that's where he actually falls in spots in my rankings because he doesn't play enough with us.
yeah, he doesn't have enough consistency here to pitch putt to be in like the top 4 or 5 guys for sure. But he's gotten a lot better this year too.
I think you were watching. He called you or something to crack me up because he went out to play at Turning Stone in that tournament, and I'm watching the score and the live score and checking in on him. And he had the lowest score in the tournament. He ended up shooting like 125 or something. Or
yeah, no, it was like a 119 or something like that. Yeah, dude, he got hammered out there. He said. So I couldn't get a hold of him. I had to ask the guy something, and it's obviously Brad. You know, the kid's got the phone attached to him all the time. He doesn't put the thing down. So I'm like, damn, his phone's off at this point. I'm like, shit. So I called Mikey. I wanted to check in, see how they did at the tournament or whatever. And I'm like, oh, you guys good, man? It's like, I tried to get hold of Ant a couple times. No one answered. He goes, yeah. Listen, he puts the phone over. Ant's puking out the side of the car. Kid got loaded up. He goes, yeah, Ant had a long day. He's like, Raj, my phone died. I shot a 120. Worst round ever. Best time ever. I was like, oh, my God. But, yeah, he got lit up out there. I might be going to play up there possibly Saturday, but I don't think it's going to happen. Got to try to convince the boss up at Turning Stone. Josh has an extra spot. Would go up there and play with Christian up there, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I don't want to push it. I played every single day this week. I'll take a break.
Who's playing?
It's the Josh's league goes up there.
All right. Yep.
So I thought about it, but let's see. Yeah, Farina, solid golfer as well. Got to get him out more with the PPP. Steve's the roller coaster guy of the year. And then I'm kind of in this, me and Steve are kind of in the same thing. I mean, I'm there all the time, but it's just the inconsistency. Like I got off to a really good start, and then all of a sudden I lost my driver, and then all my confidence went out the window with it.
It's your driver, man. You got to figure that thing out because when you have a good day driving the ball, it's over.
That's what happened today when I shot at 81.
I drove like shit today.
Then you shot at 88, 89.
9.
Yeah. You know, that's the difference, though. Those are the shitty tee shots you had where you had to play for a bogey on a hole opposed to playing for the par.
Yo, I don't get distracted much, but this fucking guy, I'm putting for birdie on 15. And this guy screams in as I'm putting my backswing, so I just automatically just push the club forward. So I fucking putted like a 15-foot birdie, maybe not even 10-foot birdie, like 10, 15 feet past the hole.
Ugh.
And I looked over and fucking yelled something to him. I was so mad.
What were they on, 14?
So mad.
Yep. Yeah, that happens a lot over there, man. It does. It really does. But
I just hit a beautiful shot in. It was in you seen where the flag was, right? I came over that front hump there from that side from like fucking like 75 yards. Just dropped it in there, and this fucking asshole screamed at my. Oh, I'm so pissed.
I hit my tee shot on that one, so I've been really trying to play that 14th fairway on that hole.
That's what I did. That's what
And
I
try
did.
to just get it out there because you get a better. You can see where the pin is. You get a better look at the pin placement, a better look at the green. You avoid that hill.
Yeah,
So
but
if
you
it
get
ain't,
no run in. So
bro, I hit when I was 140 yard on my second shot today. I used a pitching wedge. I went driver pitching wedge on the par 5, 500 yard par 5. Crushed it, 480 yard par 5. Crushed one, and I ended up just off the green, chipped, fucking 3-putt. I ended up with a par, but I only had a bogey on the back on the 10th and the 2 par 3s were my only bogeys on the whole back nine. I was on fire. I didn't want to stop playing. I was almost going to come out and find you guys, but it was so slow. I had to get home.
Yeah,
it was
damn,
so
man.
slow. Yo, because goalie was in front of us playing 5 people like he always does. There's
Yeah, that shit can't happen.
3 of us behind him. Where every time they just start taking off, we're hitting our shot. Like,
Yeah, it gets tough, man.
yeah, it was terrible.
It's
They have
fucking
Rangers
awful.
and they do nothing.
Yeah, they
I
don't
yelled
fuck
over
with the pace of play
I
really
yelled
at
over to
all.
Joe. I'm like, yo, this is so slow. I go, this is terrible. Like, no one's having fun here. I was like, can you do something? Isn't that your job?
Right? What's he say?
Find
He
out
didn't
who
say
it is
nothing.
and move them along.
Just gotta keep the pace going. Keep the pace. So, Bob, you're playing this weekend, right? You're in. I got 6, so we're gonna have to figure it out. If you guys ask fucking Money Mealy to play, he don't want to
He's
play
going.
with us.
He's going to Lake George.
That guy's always going away somewhere, bro. Every weekend he's away.
Mm.
Yeah, we'll find. I got a couple guys on the fence though. We'll figure it out. But Brad, where are you guys playing this weekend?
It's a 2-day tournament at Van Patten.
Oh, nice. That's a beautiful
Yeah.
course.
So day 2, they match up the leaders in the final groups for each flight and stuff, live scoring. Like, yeah, it's cool.
Maybe I ain't got nothing going on Saturday because I forgot my. Oh no, I do. I got my nephew's football game at 11. I was gonna say maybe I'll pop up and do a little spectating over there get some footage for Ant, do some harassing.
We have it starts at 8 a.m. We're doing a shotgun at 8:15.
Yeah, then he's got something going on Sunday up there. I think those guys are doing something. Anthony's got like a really cool video he's been working on for that. Like,
Yeah, I saw it. It's done. Yeah, he does a good job.
Yeah, he
Amazing,
loves that.
He does all that on his phone, man. He's just on his phone like dishes. Bang, 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 bang. And in fucking 2 hours, he's got a 7-minute video all looped together and shots of everybody. He loves
Oh
that
no,
guy.
that he's doing on the computer. That he's putting time in. That's a whole different editing thing. Yeah,
I
that's
saw
tough.
him. We were driving back from Cape Cod, and he was sitting in the seat next to me. And in about 2 hours, he made like a 2-minute video of our weekend that we had just got off, had a song playing to it. And he was just on his phone, just saying,
He don't stop, dude. He don't.
He is Rain Man.
He is Rain Man. He definitely is. He's definitely fucking Rain Man.
Keeps things interesting, man. He's 100 miles an hour all the time.
Yeah, it's great too because half the time when I go over to Mikey's to record the podcast, I never really know who the guest is. So I prepare myself for nothing when I go on there. So it's like, all right, who are we talking to tonight? You know, I have no fucking clue who's coming on. It's fun. It's fun though. But yeah, I think this list, man, is pretty spot on for what we got. So let's run it down one more time for everybody for what we agree on is a pretty solid crew. We got Parisi at the number 1 spot, JR or Bob number 2, JR number 3, and then we agree Fairway at the 4 spot.
That's where I had Fairway.
No, fuck no, I don't.
Hell yeah, Bob. Tell him how you feel, Bob.
I put Fairway at like 10.
Oh shit, because of the senior tee.
I'm fucking with him.
No, he's had a solid year.
I would probably say either. How do you guys play when you two play?
When me and
beat him
Fairway
most of the time, or does he beat you?
It's probably split. I mean, here's the thing though. So like playing for money wise, like when we do the greenies, we play for more for the greenies. Just so like there's a lot of times I'll beat him in holes and overall score, but there's a lot of times he'll win on the greenie. So it's the money's fucking like a wash half the time. But like I don't know. I score. It's probably 50-50 split. throughout the year.
He won't shoot as low as you, but you know what I mean. But he could
I'm
beat
still
you.
thinking about that
Yeah.
beating that they just gave us in Binghamton.
Yeah,
Both Hank and Fairway took it to us, so that's fresh in my mind.
I'd have to say you and then him.
me and then Fairway.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna argue that.
I mean, I wouldn't really argue that. Yeah, no, it's again, I'm only going off of Binghamton.
I mean, it's honestly, if it comes down to like, see, I don't really want to take anything away from him playing from the seniors, but there's certain holes where that's a huge fucking advantage. Like the par threes is where, and that's where he scores. He scores in those par
The
threes.
goalie hole, all he has to do is hit the fucking ball.
Yeah. Yeah, like some par threes at Eagle Crest, he could have used the fucking putter off the tee, it's shit like that.
Yeah, it's a little Roger then Fairway.
Me, then
That's
Fairway, and then
And
Hank.
And then probably Brad. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then probably Farina after me.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, Farina's probably a better golfer than me, but when we went head to head one time where we got paired up, he got a lead on me and I came back and took it to him and I rattled him for life. So he'll always be a worse golfer than me because of that.
Yeah, but I'm gonna take out his
I'd
lack
have
of.
to say you because
Yeah, I would go you
I
too,
don't
Chris.
think
Yeah, I playing with the both of you. I think you're more. I think you're more consistent than him a lot.
Yeah,
Like
it's a basket case. But when
that's
he's
right.
a good golfer, he's a good golfer.
He is.
But yeah, we're right there together. I mean, we're separated by one stroke in our handicap.
I was gonna say it's got to be close.
That's why he's in the C flight and I'm in the D flight. The D flight is 19 plus and I'm at 19 and a half. The C
And
flight
he's at
is
18.
under 19 and he's at 18. So yeah, we're a stroke different in the handicap.
And then I would have Steve and then Kev.
Yeah. And then the Colettes.
Yeah, and then Mikey and Kirk. That's
Kirk
a pretty
would be
good.
halfway up the
And
wood.
Kirk's only at the bottom just because he's new to the game.
Yeah, he's got a lot to work on, but
Yeah.
it'll come to him fast.
And then even like in that mix, we could throw Anthony the Cart guy in there. That's what I always call him. He's right in that mix of those guys with Steve, Kev, Mikey, and Kirk on that back end. But has the potential like Kirk, just started playing within a couple of years to get out there. He crushes the ball. He's an athlete, like potential to be really good. So it's if the guys put the time in and actually, especially because they're young.
The next list, if you think about who you'd fear the most in a one-hole playoff, somebody like Kirk, like he dots one, all of a sudden he's 75 yards out on a par 4 and you're off in the rough, like you're in trouble. So he's somebody who goes up the list a little that you don't want to play in a one-hole playoff.
Right. It's finishing the hole for a player like that is where it hurts. That is let's do that. Let me hear your list for that. I didn't make a list for that. I'm curious to what you got.
I mean, and again, this is just who I don't want to face in a one-hole playoff in that order. One is Mark Panisi, like we've had all along. 2 is JR, because again, like I said, if you get him focused and determined, watch out. 3 is Fairway Mike, because of how consistent he is. He's going to be in the fairway and then up close to the green, and he's probably going to par or bogey. So you're going to have to go ahead and beat that.
Yeah.
4, I had Farina. Because I've seen him in playoffs and I know that he can at any time go birdie or par a hole. So he scares me a little bit in a one-hole playoff. Next, I had you at number 5. Then Hank, then big hitter Steve. I told you Bub tumbled down this list. It was bad. I got Bub after Steve.
Okay.
Because again, like Bub, I feel like it'd be so easy to rattle him with anything that I wouldn't really fear him in the one-hole playoff. But then after that is Mikey and Kirk again. So
yeah,
at the top is the big one: Mark, JR, Fairway, Bub, or Fairway, Farina, and then you.
Parisi would be a really tough guy to get in his head. I feel like because there's not much you can say to him that's gonna fuck with him.
Yeah, he'd be in your head.
Yeah,
he'd be in your head already 5 holes ago.
Yep, that's true. Like Steve, Bub, easy to rattle. Fairway, pretty easy to rattle at times. Hank's a tough one because he kind of just brushes it off and does his own thing. If you say something to get Hank thinking, that's the best way to get him. It's not necessarily talking trash. It's like, oh man, that putt, like if you putt before him, it's one of those like, man, that was a lot faster. That broke a lot harder than I thought. those are the little things that you
Michael,
can say to
listen to
some.
you.
Yeah, he'll
I have
take
to
that in
remind
the.
myself not to say shit before Hank putts because whatever you warned him about, he overcompensates.
Yep, 100%. That's a good list though. That's another good list we could do. Because like in the off season, man, I'm gonna keep doing lists like this, make it a little debatable, and have the guys chime in. Obviously, because
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting to see. Like, especially we've got about 2 months left, so we'll say we got about 8 weeks left to round this out. So at the end, this whole list we have right here in 2 months could be a completely different.
Now that it's on paper, guys are gonna want to start moving.
Yeah, and now Anthony, Mikey, Kirk, the tour's over. You got the one more event in October, but besides that, this is a full time PPP guys now. So we're gonna have the 12 spots every week to really solidify this rankings and see where everybody's at.
All right, and we'll see some newcomers that get sprinkled in here and there if they want to make enough appearances to make the list. We can add them.
Oh yeah, we absolutely can lengthen the rankings for us. And yo, Brad, you had a great idea in our group text, man. Is doing a 2-day tournament, picking a neutral course for the 1 day, and rounding out at Free on the Sunday.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
I think that's a great idea.
Kind of a good mix because it is a little bit of an advantage for you guys that play freer every single day. When you get on those greens, like you're at such an advantage to some of us. So we take that away day one, but it is our home course. So day two, we're gonna play at home.
That's a great idea. I think we should set that up. Let's put some courses in the group chat, see where everybody wants to play, and I'll set it up.
We need to get everybody on the Grint too. We need to get live scoring going while we're out there. There's no reason not to. It's a lot of fun to do that.
It's great. It's absolutely great because you can just hop off real quick and you don't have to log off of it. You can just tap the leaderboard and see everybody's score and what's going on. Because I know Bob uses it, Jay uses it, Kev, yourself, me.
Like half of us, yeah.
I got it set up on Fairway's phone, but he don't know what the fuck he's doing. I don't know if Hank's fucking flip phone uses it, so. Yeah, but I like that list, man. We got a good list there with the rankings. I think it's pretty accurate. Parisi, Bob, Jay, myself, Fairway, Hank, Brad, Farina, Steve, Kev, Mikey, and Kirk. I got a feeling Kev's going to start creeping up that rankings the way he played the other day.
And there's probably 9 guys on that list right now that are not happy with where they're ranked on it. So we'll see who puts up or shuts up.
Yeah, and it's really interchangeable. At any point, this could flip around from, about the 4 to the 11 spot, 9 spot. It could change. It could all change relatively quickly. Birdie Bub's back.
My phone's
it could. It's all good. I mean, we're wrapping up here anyway. My phone's about to die here shortly. I fell asleep. I was putting the kiddo to sleep, reading her a book, and I fell asleep right in there with her. My wife came in. She's like, "Yeah, you got a podcast, don't you?" I'm like, "Yep, shit, running late."
That's funny.
No doubt. It happens. It happens. So, you too, Brad, man. You're not going to the Carolinas or whatever, right?
Nah, I'm not going down to that craziness.
Nice.
Those guys are insane.
Those guys are nuts. There's going to be hundreds of golfers down there. They'll have fun.
I do love that crew, man. They're a good time, too. We got to get some of those guys playing with us.
Yeah, I'd love to grab a couple of those guys, like Johnny Two Gloves filling in that one time.
5 is the man. I saw him yesterday.
Cool.
Johnny Two Gloves.
Johnny Two Gloves. He's a cool dude, though, man. Like, I've hung out with him before and shit. He's a cool guy. But appreciate you guys jumping on, man. I'm going to wrap this bad boy up.
We got to do this bracket.
We're going to do something. We're going to do a 2-day, me and Brett were just saying, we'll do a little 2-day, one at a course. And we'll split it up, 9 holes, and we'll do a bracket that way. We could do it that way.
That'd be cool.
Who's winning the game right now, Bob? I know you got the score at the game line.
Buffalo is crushing them.
Are they really?
Last
2
I saw was
3 picks.
Yeah, 2 is trash.
Bro, I had Fairway. I told them Dolphins 28-17. Not happening, huh?
No.
Shit.
No.
31-10.
Damn. I'm not even turning it on. I'm going right back to bed.
Nah. Good shit.
Dolphins,
That's great.
Trash. My Canes, though. Shout out to the U, baby. We look great this year.
Long season ahead.
We
fucking 40-year-olds on the team, 30-year-olds.
That's right. The tight end, this dude McCormick. Brad, he had 3 medical red shirts. He had his COVID year, so he got the 5th year or whatever. And then he got the transfer year. Yeah, he's 9 years in. He graduated high school in 2017 or something, or 2016.
Yeah, and it's a crazy thing with that COVID year that they don't talk about a whole lot, but teams didn't get bigger in college. They didn't offer more scholarships. So as that COVID year kids hung around, a lot of those high school kids had nowhere to go and ended up in D2 schools and D3 schools because there was just no. So we got to
Yeah.
kind of move on from that era and get back to normalcy with getting scholarship kids in from high school.
Yeah, this is the last year that I think it will really affect anything in the COVID year. I think all these kids are out now.
Yeah.
That was
Damn.
fucking
All right, well, good
crazy.
luck to the
I
Kings.
didn't even think of that, Brad. Now you say that though, like the with the scholarships.
It
There's
killed
no.
basketball recruiting more than anything because those teams only have 15 guys on them. And now you got a COVID year and nobody's leaving. And all those kids were expecting to step into those schools and those spots in those basketball teams and had to last minute change course and ended up
Yeah.
in D2 schools. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Fucking
Still happening.
crazy. Well, Brad, man, I want you to hop on here when we do the recap of this weekend and recap how you made out with the tournament for sure.
All right.
For sure. And then we'll be back
Yeah.
out next week. I'll have the 3 tee times. We'll have the 12 guys. But this weekend we're looking at 6 right now, so we might do a 3-3 scramble. Or
we'll find 2 people.
We'll find 2 people. I just need some help, man. I called everybody I know. I'm running out of people.
I already tried. I got someone who might.
All right, so keep me
Somebody
posted.
who might, but they'll shoot probably 90s.
That's fine. It don't matter. I got Kirk and everybody else going to shoot in the 90s too. So, well, Kirk's going to come in and shoot 82 on Sundays, hopefully.
All right.
We'll
Brad is too this weekend.
No, Brad's out, but Brad's going to shoot at 81 over at Van Patten.
Van Patten.
Money.
Oh, yeah.
Trophy
Do it
this
up.
weekend. Big trophy.
Do it up. Win some money.
Let's do it. All right. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll talk to you on Monday with the recap show.
Later.
Appreciate the boys jumping on. We're going to wrap this up with a shout out to golfercbd.com. Promo code PPP10 to save yourself 10% at checkout. Make sure you guys check out golfercbd.com. Promo code PPP10 at checkout. They have the topicals are truly a game changer with the patented delivery technology. Strokes ahead of the competition, delivering 10 times more CBD directly to the muscles and joints than your traditional balms and creams. The Golfer CBD topicals are easy to apply on the course, absorb quickly, do not leave any sticky residue, making them the perfect addition to every golfer's toolkit. Make sure you guys go check them out, golfercbd.com. Promo code PPP10 at checkout. Also, 420 Bliss, 740 Hoosier Road in Troy. Check them out in the App Store, just a little higher. Make sure you're looking at the 420 location, set up your delivery. Also, pre-orders, everything can be done right on the app. When you're in the store or online, make sure you check out Jaunty. They got the blueberry lemonade gummies, as you see here in the background, as well as the mango sunrise. They got the watermelon. They also have some of the cartridges, as well as the resonator gummies. These things are fire right here. These resonator gummies, hash infused. Go check those out at 420bliss.com. Also, Trouble Off the Tee, troubleoffthetee.com. Promo code RGB, 15% off site wide. Promo code PUFF. That will get you buy one, get one free on the polos. They got some fresh polos. New hats just dropped. The Trouble Off the Tee Zin looking hats just dropped. Go check them out. Then we got the 52 Sundays, sponsors of the Legends Golf Club, Legends Podcast. Go check out 52sundays.co. Promo code LGC15 for 15% off site wide. And then I want to give a special shout out to my man Jordan over at the Putter Shop. Me and Jordan been following Jordan since the jump over there. We've got a real cool relationship. He's done some cool things in the golf world, really getting out there, getting his brand out there. Just sent me a dope new hat, the Stroke It hat. Really nice hat. But I put a custom order in with Jordan and got a little treat for the boys here. You can see it on YouTube. We got some new, I should have promoted this earlier. I'm going to clip it though. We got some new ball markers, pitch, putt, and puff ball markers available. The crew will get them. I will have a few extra if anybody's interested. Hit me up in the DMs. The pitch, putt, and puff ball markers. Acrylic ball markers straight from the Putter Shop. Go check out the puttershop.com. We got promo code over there as well. PPP15, I believe it is. I'll double check that. But PPP15 over at the Putter Shop. Go check out Jordan. He's making some big moves over there. Got a new line of hats. Bunch of different putter options on there. Putter covers. Really cool stuff over at the site. Go check it out and show him some support. And appreciate everybody supporting the Pitch Putt Puff. Check us out on Instagram, YouTube. We're all over the place. Apple, Spotify. You can find us everywhere, anywhere you listen. If you're home with Alexa, just shout it out, the Pitch Putt Puff. Alexa will start playing for you. Give us a listen and support the Pitch Putt Puff. We appreciate everybody tuning in, and we will talk to you on Monday with the recap show. Let you know how this weekend went.